Hi, it's your boy Big Sal from acetoys.eu. Just giving you a quick, well, not even a quick demo of the unboxing and installation of our outside waterproof IP camera. Right, let's crack this bad boy open and see what you get in the box. Right, fair enough, you get an adapter, as in your aerial. You also get a network cable to the back of your router. Standard bolts, nuts and bolts of the product, which will tie you into your wall. System disk, very important, make sure you keep hold of that, we'll come back to that later. An adapter and your camera. Let's have a look. It's quite heavy, it's metal, it's quite a nice unit. Let's crack it open out of here. Right, you'll be able to see you have various LED lights here, which will obviously assist when you will be targeting something at night. You've also got a standard network cabling socket there, where on the other side you've got your power switch and your reset switch. Last thing that comes in the box, I won't take it out for now, is the bracket. It's a bracket which obviously you'll be able to fix your item onto from this position. Okay, hi, this is a quick demo from Big Sal from acetoys.eu. It's not a exhaustive demo, it's just a quick demo to get you up and running with your cam that you've purchased from us. Right, at this position we'd like you to ensure that you've got your LAN cable plugged into the back of your camera, to the back of your wireless LAN unit. Also, we'd like you to have your computer plugged into the back of your wireless unit. If you do that, all the items can talk, and we'll be able to move forward a lot quicker than having to configure things differently or in a different order. You will then need to put the drivers in the disk, in your disk drive, and you will need to press this button here, which is the search tool. It will normally ask you to reboot your system and ask whether this program is safe for your system. Yes and yes is the answer to that. And once you reboot it, you'll get this small little program called IP camera tool, which you'll need to double click on, and then it will give you an IP address. IP address, it should say anonymous, and then it will give an IP address. Double click on this IP address and it will open the browser, as you can see, and once you've got your browser open, it will give you the device status, which is basically saying that it's talking with your camera. Now, if the DDS-NS status is succeeded and the UPN status has no action, it's okay, or the MSM status says no action and it's okay, you're perfectly fine. Anything else, reboot, start again. If you have more configuration problems than that, we'll continue and we'll try and bottom out what could be wrong at a later stage. Okay, the software in itself. Alias settings is basically just the name of your camera. We've called this camera IP Cam 3. Date and time settings is clearly just the date and time that's on your router. User settings is admin, which is the user. You can configure a different name if you want and a password. Once you submit that, the camera might boot down for 30 seconds and then refresh itself. but you'll also need to make a note of your username and your password, else you might give yourself difficulties at a later stage. Basic network settings. Each camera that you purchase has a different IP address. You can allow that to be attained from the DHCP server. However, we prefer to manually configure each camera so we know if there's any configuration problems, which camera we can isolate and adjust to our requirements. And therefore, we've given this IP address as 13. Everything is normally standard as 192.168.1, and then each camera was given an individual number. Subnet mask is always the same as 255, 255, 255, and 0. And the gateway and the server is also the same number. That's in the UK, that is. Each port is different for each camera that you have, and we've given this a port of 83. Right, what we'll look at next. Mouse settings. These cameras work on Gmail accounts quite easily. If you pop in your Gmail account as sender and also as a receiver, it will send you an email, providing that you fill in the following, which is smtp.gmail.com on the SMTP server. Also, given the port on the SMTP being 465 and the translayer protocol being TLS. You then need to click this box here with authentication. I always have trouble with that word. And pop in your user as your email address and your password, which you will already know. Clicking to report internet by mail. Click that button there, then submit. Once you've done that, press a test. We'll get a quick test to see whether it succeeds or not. If you succeed, we're perfectly fine. Everything's going perfectly well. What else can we do from here? Okay, let's set up it wirelessly. When you've clicked on the wireless LAN settings, you need to scan first. Press it once. It doesn't normally work the first time round. This is quite normal. Then press scan on the second time and it should find your SSID. You then need to put in your level of security or encryption there. Always leave it as infra and your password will go there. You then press the button submit and it will reboot probably down for 30 seconds. At this point, as it's rebooting, you may then take out the LAN cable out to the back of your cam. If you do this, it will then reboot in wireless. If you don't do this, it will still be LAN, and when you plug it out at a later stage, it won't work. Okay, so we've warned you now. If you've had this problem running around for hours and hours, can't get it to work on wireless, it's simply the fact that you will need to plug it out as it's rebooting, so when it resets, it will reset in wireless mode. You'll then have your camera working on a wireless setting in your home or office network. But wait, you'll be asking me, the next question is, how do I manage to contact the camera whilst I'm on an external setup outside my Wi-Fi network? Well, this is where most people fall down with these products. However, we'll give you a guide as to how to do this. It's quite simple, and it's a case of giving the information to your router in order for you to get access externally. And this is normally called port forwarding. So if you go to your router and type in your browser the following key, which is normally 192.168.1/1, you'll normally get to port forwarding. You'll see we've got various cameras set up here. The camera that we're working at the moment has the IP address of 192.168.113. If we edit this service, we'll be able to show you what you need to do. It's basically pop in your port numbers, pop in the correct IP address, and then just click apply. That's simply it. Then your router will know that you'll be able to, it will allow you to configure or give you access outside your wireless network inside your office or inside your house. As simple as that. If at any stage you get a configuration problem, here, UPnP status, simply go to that on your router and turn this off. Apply, and then turn it back on again. It might just be a little configuration problem in the pipeline, and that normally refreshes it, and you'll find yourself that you're set up. Then the next thing you'll need to do is contact your camera from an external position, and if you copy the address that's there, I'll open another window, you'll be able to see that it will open up from an external position. And from that point there, you'll be able to configure and move your camera from an external position. Quick note for those people who are using apps on their mobile phones, their smartphones, their iPhones, their Android phones. There's various apps out there that are freely available. If you contact us, we'll be able to point you in the right direction. However, if you do a quick Google search, you'll be able to find out for yourself. If you look at this physical IP address here, this is the IP address for to configure your IP externally. So if you're going to be using it on a 3G system, that's the address that you need to use, and you'll be able to see slightly highlighted there the port number as well. Once you put these details into your app on your phone, you'll be able to use your item wirelessly, or you'll be able to use your item, your camera, sorry, from outside your network on a 3G system. Okay, well, thank you for listening to this brief demo from acetoys.eu. It's Big Sal here. If you have any further small configuration problems, it's normally sometimes easier to just reboot and start again than dig a hole and then start firing issues and questions and load. Sometimes it's best to start from scratch, because you're normally more or less it's easier to find a solution to your problem that way. However, if you're having real problems in configuring this product, we do offer a remote service where we'll be able to configure your camera for a small fee remotely. If you need this service, just contact us at acetoys.eu. Alternatively, this guide should be sufficient enough for you to get yourself up and running. We ask our customers to try. If you try, the harder you try, the easier it will become. If you ever at a later stage deem to have a problem, you'll be able to fix it yourself, and you won't need the support that we offer. Okay, well, this is a quick demo. We'll finish the demo now. Any other further questions on purchasing and amounts to purchase, or any small minor queries, please don't hesitate to contact us on acetoys.eu. Thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.